Alright, so this is going to be the first part of my Learning Lili series, and in this guide I'll be going over some pretty general tips for playing Lili, including her best moves, stances, heats, a general game plan, and some beginner combos to get you started. I hope this guide helps you out. I'll put timestamps in the description in case you want to jump to a specific part of the guide, and now let's begin with a general overview of Lili. Lili as a character is extremely tricky. She utilizes mix-ups, rushdown, and her stances like Dewglide and Backturn to deal surprising amounts of damage. However, Lili's strength does not come without drawbacks, such as Lili's weakness to sidestepping due to a lack of tracking in her kit, and her linear moveset. But if you're looking for a character who thrives through pressure and mix-ups, Lili is definitely your go-to. 1-2 is Lili's go-to pressure tool. It's +8 on hit and -1 on block, so it's really good for harassing your opponent in neutral. It also has a couple variations through Piercing Thorn, which is a mid, and Backstrike, which is a low. However, 1-2 along with Piercing Thorn are weak to sidestepping, and since the first two hits are high, this move can be ducked. Down 1-2 is a strong low poke and a tricky pressure tool. It's pretty slow as it takes 18 frames to start up, but Lili does benefit from a few evasion frames that will cause high attacks to whiff during the animation. Be sure not to forget this move when you're pressuring your opponent, as it can keep them on their toes and help you win the round. Down forward 1 is a 13 frame mid poke that's really good for checking your opponent and works really well when added to the end of pressure strings. On block, down forward 1 will allow you to sidestep, giving you the opportunity to steal a turn from your opponent. Back 2-1 is safe on block and is a fast pressure tool that can be thrown out regularly without much risk. However, Back 2-1's biggest strength is that if you hold forward after the input, you enter into Dewglide, which not only gives Lili access to her Dewglide moveset, but you also gain an aggressive approach that's safer than most due to Dewglide's evasive startup frames. Quarter circle forward 3+4 is arguably Lili's best move. It has great range, and with only a 13 frame startup, it's really fast and will allow Lili to start building pressure on her opponents, as it's +6 on block, and it allows you to work towards setting up your mix-ups. Down 3 is a good low poke. It's pretty slow at 19 frames, but Lili does cover a good amount of distance with it, and while you have to be careful throwing it out as it is not safe on block, it will force your opponent into crouch if you manage to hit. Down forward 3 is a mid with a 20 frame startup that's a key part of Lili's pressure kit. Despite its slow startup, down forward 3 is plus on block, forces your opponent into crouch on hit, and converts to a full combo on counter hit. I'll talk a little bit more about down forward 3's strengths when we go over Lili's game plan, but for now, I want you to focus on recognizing the counter hit animation. Down forward 3+4 is a really strong launcher with a lot of range that puts Lili in Backturn by default, giving it a lot of value even if the enemy blocks, as you're in Backturn and have access to your Backturn pressure tool. However, you have to be a little careful when throwing this move out, as a fundamentally sound player will be able to punish you if you're using this move aimlessly. I'll talk a little more about down forward 3+4 and getting around these punishes in Lili's game plan. Forward 4 is a long range mid that combos on counter hit and is safe on block. At 17 frames to start up, it's relatively fast, and its pushback properties make it an extremely good tool for controlling space. It can also be used as a poke to sneak in damage if your opponent whiffs outside of your go-to punish range, and once you recognize the counter hit animation, you can convert these whiffs into full combos. Forward 4 is Lili Stomp. It can hit downed opponents, and on counter hit allows for follow-up. The animation is also a little bit tricky, as it looks like Lili's going to be hitting mid, when in actuality she's hitting low. Forward 4 is not only good for adding damage to downed opponents, but also closing out rounds thanks to its tricky animation and surprising damage. +2 is a fast mid poke that'll either interrupt or punish most moves. It also has wall splat properties, which adds to its viability as a pressure tool. Down 1+2 is Lili's Get Off of Me button. It's a 20 frame armored mid that has both knockdown and wall splat properties. Quarter circle forward 3 is a 17 frame mid. It has great range, wall splat properties, and is an essential part of Lili's combo route. Up 3+4 is a high risk, high reward launcher. While you can convert to a full combo on hit, if you happen to whiff, you're probably going to die. Down back 4 is a painfully slow low launcher. However, on hit, it can convert into a full combo. but if it is blocked, they will convert your health bar to 0. And finally, up forward 3 is a launcher that'll evade lows, and is great for catching your opponent off guard. Lili's best moves for accessing back turn are back 3+4 from neutral, 1-1 back, down 1-2 back, down forward 2 back, down forward 3+4, which will put Lili in back turn by default, and finally forward 4 back. Once you're in back turn, your best mid option is going to be 1+2. 1+2 will also allow you to convert to a combo on hit, and if you're looking to activate heat, back turn 1-4 is a heat activator that's guaranteed after a counter hit forward 4. Back turn 2 is an armored power crush. And finally, back turn 3-4 is a really powerful double mid launcher. Quarter circle forward is Lili's Dewglide, in which she dashes forward and briefly gains a few evasion frames, while also gaining access to her Dewglide moveset. Dewglide is similar to Wave Dash, and like Wave Dash, can be used to pressure your opponent while approaching. Dewglide 1-2 is a double mid that's unsafe on block. Dewglide 1-4 is a Piercing Thorn alternative that's safe on block. Dewglide 2-1 is a 14 frame heat engager. Dewglide 3 is a safe on block mid that's really important to Lili's combo route. Dewglide 1+2 is an armored mid check. Dewglide's strongest option is 3+4. It's plus on block and allows Lili to transfer into her enhanced sidestep. Lili can enter heat with 2+3, back turn 1-4, 3-1, Three plus 4, which has incredible range, quarter circle forward 2-1, and enhanced sidestep 2. Once in heat, Lili has access to 2 heat moves, one from neutral and the other from backturn. Lili's heat moves have comparatively low damage, however, they are safe on block with decent range, and entering heat gives Lili some advantages to different parts of her kit, like 1-2-4, which is now plus on block. In my experience, Lili is a character that thrives when she has the ability to pressure and condition her opponent. But before we get to that, I'd like to start by covering what I believe are some of the best ways to start a round on Lili. Let's take a look at back 3-1. This is a more defensive start, as we're looking to either block the opponent's opener or cause them to whiff, before using Lili's range on 3-1 to counter and activate heat. This gives us access to Lili's heat pressure immediately in moves like 1-2-4 that gains extra frames on block, and Feisty Rabbit 3 that gains knockdown properties. A few more options for defensive starts are Feisty Rabbit 3, Feisty Rabbit 4, and Feisty Rabbit 2 if you're looking to enter heat. If you're looking for a riskier start, up 3+4 is a great option. If your opponent tries to pressure you at round start, you will likely go over them and convert to a full combo on hit. It's semi-safe on block, but if you whiff, you're giving your opponent the opportunity for a full combo. After your opener, you're going to want to start applying pressure with Lili's 1-2. 1-2's frames make it great for pressure, and once you start mixing in 1-2-3 and 1-2-4, you can start conditioning your opponent. When your opponent begins to disrespect 1-2, you can start conditioning by using 1-2-3. 1-2-3 is advised as it will cause most high jabs to miss and is far less likely to be interrupted than 1-2-4. However, once your opponent starts blocking low to protect from 1-2-3, you'll use 1-2-4 to get through their guard. When your opponent starts to expect a follow-up from 1-2-3 and 1-2-4, they'll most likely be looking to block. Instead of relying solely on the pre-existing conditioning, you can gauge their block and respond with 1-2 down 3 or 1-2 down forward 3. If pressuring with 1-2 doesn't fit your playstyle, you can alternatively use 1-1 backturn and gain extra pressure through Lili's backturn moveset. Let's talk about Lili's down forward 3+4. On block, your safest option is going to be either Lili's Power Crush with backturn 2, or simply holding down back. If you have a good read that your opponent's going to try to punish with a fast high, you can usually go for 3-4 and get a good follow-up after. Lili's standing launcher down forward 2 is really strong, but can be difficult to mix into your playstyle due to the fact that it's pretty slow and unsafe on block. However, down forward 2 can be added on at the end of 1-2, similarly to down forward 3, as 1-2 gives us an 8 frame advantage on hit. Finally, don't forget to use your low pokes in down 3 and forward 4, as the damage can add up pretty quickly and help you close out the round. And that's pretty much everything I know on Lili so far. I hope this guide helps you out, and thanks for watching, and I'll update the guide again when I learn more.